Like it or not, you're going to have to purge. That's right. All this bubble up emotionally that's going on right now in your life, everything that you're seeing being offered for your attention, everything that has yet to be categorized, dealt with, acknowledged, they're coming into perspective now. And sometimes it can be very intense. Sometimes it can be subtle validations. But at the end of the day, work is required. Peace and blessings, family. This is your boy, Gerald. It is the 8th of June, 2020. How is everybody doing? Sitting in my garage, I'm just taking in the ambiance of silence. Took the day off today. Just reflecting. Because I'm really a stone's throw before my momentum is going to slingshot me into another location. So how you doing? You doing okay? I hope you are. So, I know many of you have watched how the narrative has been played out with everything that has transpired and how people react to what is being offered. Some make sense. A lot is reactionary, emotional triggers, waiting to see if you are going to make the decision needed for your life. Because at the end of the day, it's about duality. Should I stay or should I go? And if I stay, what's the value of it? What's the worth? What do I see that takes up not only access, but measures my time management? So how you doing, fam? How you doing? Now, I've been feeling a certain kind of way, and I know you have too. And that's the process of growth. I realize, I know I'm not the only one that in the back of your mind, the forefront of the theme going on is family. It's about connection and those who you give access to. Some of y'all are having stark revelations on what's playing out, and you don't like what you see. And guess what? You're not supposed to. You're not supposed to. If it don't fit, how can you find foundation in it? How can you build on it? How can you protect what matters most? What matters most is you. But we're in a paradigm where I believe the theme is I can show you better than I can tell you. And you got a lot of folks, fam, a lot of folks that are acting out of pocket, out of desperation. You got a lot of folks that are just totally in denial. And they're trying to find a place where the norm is. Because what is being questioned is the perception of what makes not only your mental stability, but your behavioral processes from it. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. But let's be mindful. We got folks that think they slick, too. And while other people are playing checkers, they playing chess. And they know that. And it's a matter of time before the last move is made, that they are going to be exposed. Now I'm going to put this down for a second. Give me a second and I'll be right back. Thank you, because I had to check on my fur babies. But yeah, it's going to get worse before it gets better. Because the truth of the matter is, denial is not a river in Egypt. And you got a lot of people that are holding on to that because they know until they have no control of that, they won't have good standing. And it will contradict everything that they're about. We know that. We used to call that being stuck on stupid. You know, borderline insanity. Trying to do the same thing, expecting a different result. Albert Einstein. But the truth of the matter is, you have one life. Why not make the best of it? Sure, you're going to be in a position where you're going to see things that are going to be uncomfortable. But just know, it has to happen. It has to happen. To progress, you got to digress. To go forward, you got to let some things go. And by letting some things go doesn't mean it's out of malice. It just means you are allowing space for the proper pieces to fit. I mean, how much is your time worth? How much is your life worth? People are going to be talking out the side of their mouth because nobody's checking them for it. There's no repercussions. And that's because that was a condoned behavior for a long time. But at the end of the day, you don't have to sit at that table. At the end of the day, you don't have to receive what is being given when you know in your heart of hearts you deserve better. Who am I talking to? You know, I know many of y'all watched parts of George Floyd's his funeral, you know, and I'll be honest with you, I felt a certain kind of way about it because the one thing that I did not want to occur was to politicize. My soup cooler's not working. To put politics have a political footing on his death. I didn't want that to play out, but it seems like with everything, politics will find a way to put its hooks in it just for an agenda. And it's sad because I see who, you know, I always say an opportunist doesn't need your help to expose himself. And I wonder when these events start to fade from the headlines, will those same people have the same passion and energy that was displayed? You know, George Floyd's death doesn't deserve being a martyr. If anything, it should be a call to make corrections on things that were ignored, because there are countless George Floyds out there that don't make the media news, that don't get the attention. Same thing with, you know, children being abducted. Unfortunately, that happens every day. But we should still have the same energy as if it was somebody that was considered high profile. So there's definitely a double standard. But I hope that the way things are going to be progressing, as I mentioned before, you had countless people out there wanting to unify and protest. You need to have that same energy when it comes to politically casting your vote. And I get it. You got some people that say presidents are selected, not elected. But guess what? Your greatest impact that you'll ever have as a human being living in a community is the people that you put in the seats of your city council, because they are the mirror representation and representatives for what you need, not what you want. You know, I was having a conversation with somebody the other day, and I said, you know, I am not a Republican. I am not a Democrat. If I had to put a label, I would be independent. And the only reason I say independent is because I objectively scrutinize, but yet see the power and the importance of my vote. You realize how many people get voted on just on GP? Because they think that's the birthright, and that's no. You can't just carte blanchely put somebody in a seat. And I get it. What do you do when you have two people are the same? Pick the lesser of the two. But you can make a difference. You can change the trajectory of how things are being played out socially. But it takes everybody to do their part. You're going to have plenty of people that will have 2 cents of opinion. I would do this, I would do that. You see them on your job. You see them on your job talking about, if it was me, I would do that. But those are the same people that won't do nothing, because their platform and position is because they're comfortable in complaining. They're conditioned. That's their reactional point. Family, you gotta see the value in your life. Don't wait and be at a position where you're looking back and saying coulda, woulda, shoulda, and now you're pissed off because you decided not to step out of your comfort zone. You decided to accept what was offered. Who told you that? Who told you that? That's just like going to college for a degree, and then you realize the degree that you pursued, all that investment, you hate your job. Why? But as long as you got air in your lungs, You can change it up. You can change it up. What you're afraid of? You'll be happy. Same thing pertains to relationships. Queens. We see the same imagery, the same bad behavior, the same social narrative all the time on both male and females. When are you going to make a point to say, I deserve better? You ain't got to accept that. And if they're not motivating for you to be the best you, why are you giving them access to your life? Because they make you feel financially safe? Roll your sleeves up and do it yourself. But that's truth. Not justification. But until we as a people decide to have that conversation, needed conversation, with the person in the mirror looking back, don't expect your life to change. Don't. Because you don't see the value in it. But no matter what, as long as you're able to identify what does not work, keep in mind there's also an opportunity that you can make it work by changing what needs to be changed. I know you're going to be afraid. If you're not afraid, something wrong. Because pride will only go but so far, but pride will kill you slow. And you wonder why people walk around bitter. You wonder why people have forgotten what their smile looks like. You wonder why people deep down inside long to be in a committed relationship, but they don't have a relationship with themselves. You need to stop playing. Now you can get on that. You can be on that roller coaster of timeless rendezvous and playing. And I'm not hating. I'm not. But how many boyfriends do you got to have before you decide that I really deserve a husband? How many girlfriends and drama that comes with the said relationship when you decide to say, you know what, I respect myself not to be in a relationship and get myself together so I can prepare for my queen to be seen. The worst thing you can do, you hear women always say, I'm going to go find me a man. But when you get a man, you're surprised on the behavior because, yeah, he can he can satisfy you sexually, but he'll never love you because he don't love himself. So how do you expect for you to have communication and trust with someone that does not know where they're headed? Anyway, I love each and every one of you. I hope you're well. Please put your immune system first. And if people that are in your circle don't respect that, I wanted to say something, but they don't deserve the time. They don't deserve the time. And because they don't value what you give them. Be safe out there, family. I love to hear from you. If you're feeling what I'm saying, give me a thumbs up. And like all my information, all my videos, if there's someone that you know that needs to hear this, share it. God's praying for you. You know I am. I see your worth. And for that, it helps me discern mine. Like the elders used to always say, I can show you better than I can tell you. And I plan on doing that. You gonna come with me? Give me a thumbs up. Peace.